Hello, everyone. Welcome to Durrett's Take. It's that time of the week where I go over my NFL predictions for this week. So let's get started with tonight's Thursday night football game between the Jaguars and the Saints. Saints being 2-point favorites. Jag star quarterback Trevor Lawrence is a game time decision tonight. If he does well in the pregame warmups, he will play. CJ Beathard will get the start in his place if he can't go. Compared to other quarterbacks in the league, he's not exactly high quality. No offense to him. Lawrence has a sprained ankle that he got from or sprained knee, my bad, that he got from the Colts game this past Sunday. If Lawrence plays and has to potentially limit himself to being a pocket passer, then that can work against some defense, but not the Saints defense with the great pass rush that they have. Either way, unless Lawrence looks close to 100% and everything's back to normal, I feel like either way the Saints could get the win here to get back to above being 500. But since the Saints offense, especially the offensive line, is not looking sharp, I expect it to be a very low-scoring game. So I have Saints winning 17-13. Okay, now for the Sunday games, you got Browns versus the Colts. Browns are favored by 3. Will quarterback Deshaun Watson be back for the Browns finally, or will it be another start for P.J. Walker, who led the Browns to a win against the 49ers last week? I think whether it's Watson or Walker, I like the Browns here. They have a top 3 defense, so against Colts quarterback Gardner Minshew, I feel like they'll make him look bad, like they did to Brock Purdy in their last game. Now, the Colts have an unrated defense of their own, so I feel like it'll be a low-scoring game, which means the Colts can hang around, but the Browns get the big win. I have Cleveland winning 16-10. Next, you got the Bills versus the Patriots. I feel bad for whoever. Bills are favored by 8.5. I feel bad for whatever Patriots fan is going to this game because it may be over by halftime. Bills quarterback Josh Allen would have to make a lot of mistakes to keep the Patriots in this game. Against the bad teams, the Bills usually perform well, although take out last week, but usually they perform well. So I think the Bills get the big win here to give the talks with Patriots quarterback Matt Jones to be benched, that conversation to get louder and louder. I have Buffalo winning 27-10. Next, you look at the Commanders, 2.5-point favorites versus the Giants. Quarterback Tyrod Taylor is on track to get another start since Daniel Jones is still hurt. The offense has been bad all year, so while the Washington secondary is not good, I feel the pass rush of Washington will disrupt the Giants' offense. I do think the Giants' defense will carry its momentum from last week and contain the Washington offense since they are inconsistent at times. I think in the end, the Commanders find a way to get a big win on the road. I have them winning 17-10. Next, you got the Lions versus the Ravens, favored by 3, one of the big games of the week. Baltimore's defense has not faced many challenges so far. They faced a bunch of backup quarterbacks or just bad offenses in general. But they will with this high-power Lions offense. What helps, though, for the Ravens defense is both the top running backs for the Lions, David Montgomery and rookie Jahmyr Gibbs, are out. So if the Lions can't run the ball and become one-dimensional like they did once Montgomery went out the injury, in the last game, they will struggle to score. You can't just be one-dimensional, scheming away an offense when you can't run the ball. Can only do so much. The Lions defense, I feel, will have to make Lamar Jackson play MVP-level football to win this game. And I do think Lamar's legs will be the difference maker in this game. I have Baltimore winning 19-14. Next, you got the Raiders, 2.5-point favorites versus the Bears. The battle of the backup quarterbacks in this game, Bears undrafted rookie Tyson Bagnet made a couple of nice plays from last week in the second half, but I feel he will kind of look like an undrafted rookie in this matchup because the Raiders pass rush is for real. As far as Vegas goes, whether they start 4th-round rookie Aiden O'Connell like they did against the Chargers, or veteran Brian Hoyer who came in relief for Jimmy Garoppolo last week, they will do just enough to win this game and be above 500, which most people didn't think would happen by week 8 for Vegas. But yeah, here we are. I have Vegas winning 17-12. Next, you got the Falcons versus the Bucks. Bucks are 2.5-point favorites. If the Falcons quarterback Desmond Ridder struggled against a bad Washington secondary, which he did, what is he going to look like against a top 10 Tampa Bay defense? I know people don't talk about Tampa Bay. It's like, oh, they're a vaunted defense. They think Cowboys or Jets or Steelers or 49ers or whatever. But Tampa Bay's defense is good. I don't expect Falcons to score much here. Luckily for the Falcons, Bucks quarterback Baker Mayfield, I doubt will light up the scoreboard. so to speak. So it'll be a low-scoring, close game coming down to the wire. Tampa's defense makes a play or two to get the big divisional win here. I have Tampa Bay winning 14-9. Next, you got the Steelers versus the Rams. Rams favored by 3. If injuries were not a factor here, I would like the Rams at home to win this game. However, Rams running back Kyron Williams is out of this game. While he's no Saquon Barkley or anything like that, he has been sneaky good this year. And when he performs well, the Rams win. I saw what the Rams looked like back in Week 3 on Monday Night Football against the Bengals when they couldn't run the ball and they just abandoned the run game altogether. They even try to stick it out or give it much of a chance. They just abandoned it completely. And once they do that, the Rams offensive line can't hold up, and Matthew Stafford therefore, can't throw to players like Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. And especially with the Rams facing the Steelers pass rush and TJ Watt, if you can't run the ball, that's game over there. Now, the Steelers offense might be as bad, so this will be a close, low-scoring game. But I feel the Saints' defense will once again find a way to help them win this game. I have Pittsburgh winning 16-13. Coming off a bye. Next, you got the Cardinals versus the Seahawks. Since the Cardinals are division rivals, I expect this to maybe be a close game early on. But like the Rams showed last week against the Cardinals, the talent gap between the two teams will show by the end of the game. I have Seahawks getting the easy win, 28-13. Packers, 1-point favorites versus the Broncos. If the Broncos defense can play as they did against the Chiefs last week, then I actually like their chances to get back in the win column here, because the Broncos offense that played against the Chiefs last week will not be as bad as they ever, that was the worst the Broncos offense will probably ever be all year. The Packers looked bad going to the bye, but I feel against an opponent like Denver, head coach Matt LaFleur will scheme up a game plan that they had 2 weeks to work on for quarterback Jordan Love to look better than he has been in the past few weeks. I have the Packers to win a nail-biter, 23-20. Next, we got the Chargers versus the Chiefs, 5.5-point favorites. The Chargers' offensive line struggled against the Cowboys' pass rush last week. That will once again be an issue this week with Chris Jones and those boys. The Chargers' defense will have to keep this game close, and I don't think they'll be able to do that as long as the Chiefs don't self-destruct like they were doing against the Broncos last week. This is a type of defense that Mahomes should be able to carve up, even though he doesn't have elite weapons. Although McCollum Jr. comes back for him, so who knows how that plays out. But usually these divisional rivals, especially as Chargers and Chiefs, are the top 2 in the division. Usually they produce close matchup good games, but I do think the Chiefs actually can cover the spread here. I have them winning 27-16. And then last but not least, Sunday Night Football game between the Dolphins and Eagles. Eagles 2.5-point favorites. The biggest game of the week. If the Eagles have a better game plan this week on offense specifically, I think they have a good shot to win this game. They cannot be passing for 50-plus times like they did last week against the Jets. That's not going to work. They need to get running back DeAndre Swift involved, who they like getting involved. I mean, they were just trying to get involved in the passing game last week, but they just need to do what they did against the Vikings back week to just give him a bunch of carries, get heavily involved in the run game, try to run out the clock so you keep the high-powered Miami offense off the field, and it also gives Jalen Hurts fewer mistakes to make since he made a lot of them last week. The Dolphins are not a great defense, so running the ball down and throws should work. Now, for the Eagles' defense, they should get some stars back, like Darius Slay and some other players back, although the secondary is still going to be thin, or Jalen Carter. But the Eagles proved against the Jets last week that if the pass rush can get home, the Eagles' defense looks really good despite the thin secondary. Since Miami doesn't have a top-notch offensive line per se, although it's better than the Jets' offensive line now, that's because of injuries and stuff. That's a tragedy. But since Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa is not as mobile as Zach Wilson, the pass rush should be able to get home a lot in this game. So I feel like while this could be a close, exciting game, I do feel like the Eagles get the big win here to show, hey, last week was just a bad week. Let's not press the panic button quite yet. I have Eagles winning 24-20. And then last but not least, Monday Night Football, you get the 49ers, 7-point favorites versus the Vikings. And no matter which of the 49ers stars, players like Christian McCaffrey or Deebo Samuel, whether they play or are limited or just sit out because of their injury, this is a definitely get-right game for the 49ers. The Vikings' defense, unlike the Browns, is not great. Then the Vikings, as an offense, struggle to run the ball and pass protect, so the 49ers' defense should feast here. I think the 49ers not only win, but it may not be even close. I have 49ers winning 27-7. So thank you very much for listening to my podcast today. Please subscribe to my channel about me. Thank you very much. You have a wonderful day.